imagine someone who, well, completely defines an era in one field,
Right.
dominates it,
Yeah.
but then just leaps into something totally different, politics, say,
Right. Completely switches gears.
and then comes back to where they started and somehow is just as big, maybe even bigger.
Sounds almost mythical, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
But today, that's exactly who we're diving into, a genuine megastar who lived that journey.
And we're talking about Konadela Sivasankaravara Prasad,
Right.
though everyone knows him by his stage name, Chiranjeevi.
Chiranjeevi. And that name itself means something powerful, right?
It does. It's from Sanskrit, meaning immortal.
Wow.
And honestly, looking at his career, it feels, well, incredibly fitting.
Absolutely. So our mission today, is to unpack how one person achieves that kind of huge cinematic success.
Unparalleled, really.
Then pivots to national politics, right at his peak fame,
A massive shift.
and then makes this giant comeback to films successfully.
It's quite the arc. We'll explore that whole journey from pretty humble roots
Yeah, surprisingly so.
to becoming this hugely influential figure in India. Early life, the big rise, the politics, the legacy, all of it.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. Where does a story like this kick off?
It starts August 22, 1955, in Magalthar. That's a village in Andhra Pradesh, India.
And you mentioned humble beginnings.
Very much so. Middle-class family. His father, Konadela Venkat Rao, he was a police constable.
A constable, okay.
Yeah, which meant the family moved around quite a bit during Chiranjeevi's childhood.
Interesting. You wonder if that constant moving, seeing different places, maybe influenced him later?
It's possible, yeah. Experiencing different parts of the region, maybe it gave him a broader perspective, helped him connect with such a wide audience later on.
And the acting bug, did that bite early?
Oh, definitely. Reports say he was interested in acting in stage performances from a really young age.
So it wasn't just a whim later on?
No, it seems like a genuine early passion, and that led him to get formal training.
Right, the Madras Film Institute.
Exactly. After his intermediate studies at Sri Wayan College in Narsipur, he went to the Film Institute. He properly trained in drama, cinema.
He really dedicated himself to the craft then?
Absolutely. Laid a solid foundation. It wasn't just about wanting to be famous. It was about learning the art form.
And that training, it paid off pretty quickly, didn't it? His debut was in '78.
Yes. Punataralu was his debut film, technically filmed first.
Oh,
But
right.
Pranam Karidu, also from 1978, was the first one that actually got released, the first one audiences saw it in.
And it's kind of surprising looking back. He didn't start as the main hero immediately.
No, not at all. That's a key point. He actually played supporting roles, even negative characters early on.
Really building his skills, showing versatility.
Exactly. It wasn't an overnight stardom thing. He was working his way up, proving himself as an actor first. That says a lot, I think.
But then came the early '80s. Things really started to change then.
Oh, yeah. That's when he began to emerge as a mass hero.
Explain that term a bit, mass hero. What does that really mean in this context?
It means becoming the people's champion on screen,
Mhm.
Playing characters who fought injustice, who were larger than life but still relatable.
Lots of energy, action, dance.
Precisely. Pure entertainment, escapism, but often with a character audiences could root for, someone who felt like their guy.
And were there key films in that phase?
Intlo Ramaya Vidhilo Krishnaya in 1982 was a big step in that direction.
Okay.
But the real game changer, the one film that truly launched him into the stratosphere, was Kaidi in 1983.
Kaidi, that's the one everyone points to.
Undeniably, that was his massive breakthrough. It just clicked. The energy, the action, the sort of righteous anger.
It's connected.
It connected on a huge scale.
Yeah.
Audiences felt he was fighting for them. That bond formed right there.
And he built on that momentum.
Absolutely. Films like Abhilasha, also 83, and Challenge in 84, they just kept solidifying his position as this major force in Telugu cinema.
So by the mid-'80s heading into the '90s, he wasn't just a star.
He was the megastar. That title really stuck.
And his style became iconic, right?
Yeah.
The dancing.
Oh, the dancing was revolutionary. So much energy. But also versatility. He could do action, comedy, drama.
It's just everywhere, dominating the box office.
Completely. His films weren't just hits, they were events. Like Gang Leader in 91.
Uh,
Huge.
And then Garana Mogudu, that was a landmark.
A massive landmark. 1992. First Telugu film to gross over 10 crore rupees.
10 crore back then. That's enormous.
Unprecedented. It just cemented his status. Nobody else was close at that point. It was a cultural phenomenon.
And the hits kept rolling even after that, right up until he took that break.
Yeah, films like Indra in 2002, Tagore in 2003, Shankar Dada, MBBS in 2004.
Yeah.
Huge successes, keeping him right at the top.
So, looking back at that incredible run,
Yeah.
what was the secret? What made his rise so unique and, well, lasting?
I think it was this potent mix. You had the raw talent, the dancing, the fighting, the sheer screen presence.
Undeniable charisma.
Absolutely. But also this uncanny ability to connect with the audience on an emotional level. He wasn't just an action hero. His characters often had heart. They represented something, aspirations maybe.
They felt real, even when larger than life.
Exactly. He could deliver the spectacle, the mass entertainment, but often with a relatable core, sometimes even a social message woven in. He just understood what his audience wanted and consistently delivered, while also evolving.
Okay, so here's where the story takes a really unexpected turn. 2008, peak of his career. What happens?
He does something quite extraordinary. He steps away from films and founds a political party.
The Praja Rajam Party, PRP.
That's the one, with the stated goal of bringing social justice and change to Andhra Pradesh politics.
That's a huge pivot, not just dipping a toe in, but founding a whole party.
A massive commitment, and it showed serious ambition beyond cinema.
How did the party do initially?
Well, in the 2009 elections, they actually won 18 seats in the state assembly.
18 seats for a brand new party. That's pretty significant.
It was definitely a notable debut, showed there was a real public interest in him as a political figure.
But the journey didn't stop there. The PRP later merged with another party.
Yes, in 2011, the Prajarajyam Party merged with the Indian National Congress.
Aligning with a major national party.
Right, and that led to a significant role for him in the central government.
He became a union minister.
He did. From 2012 to 2014, he served as the Minister of State with independent charge for the Ministry of Tourism.
Wow. So from megastar of Telugu cinema to a minister in the government of India.
Quite the transition.
That means he was essentially out of films for, what, almost a decade?
Pretty much, yeah. A near 10-year hiatus dedicated to politics and public service.
For an actor of his stature, stepping away for that long, that's incredibly risky career-wise.
Hugely risky. Many careers wouldn't survive that kind of break, especially from the very top.
What do you think drove that decision? And did that time away change him, or maybe how people saw him when he eventually returned?
Well, the motivation seemed to be a genuine desire for public service, a feeling he could contribute differently. As for the impact, maybe that time away dealing with politics, governance, it possibly added a certain gravitas, another layer to his persona.
So it wasn't just actor Chiranjeevi anymore.
Perhaps. He returned as someone who had operated on the national stage, who had engaged with different kinds of power and responsibility. It arguably made his comeback even more intriguing.
And that comeback. It was huge, wasn't it? After nearly 10 years.
Massive. The anticipation was palpable.
Yeah.
In 2017, he returned with Kaidi Number 150.
Calling back to his breakthrough films title.
Exactly. And it wasn't just a nostalgic return, it was a blockbuster success. Proved his star power hadn't faded one bit.
Incredible. He didn't just rest on that laurel, though.
No, he kept going. In 2019, he starred in Saira Narasimha Reddy.
That was the historical epic, right?
But-
About the freedom fighter.
Yes, a very ambitious project. Showed he wasn't afraid to tackle different genres, big-scale productions.
And then a really interesting one in 2022, Acharya,
Yeah, notable because it featured him alongside his son, Ram Charan.
who's a huge star in his own right now.
Exactly. Talk about a symbolic passing of the torch, or at least sharing it.
And his most recent was Bola Shankar last year, 2023.
Still active, still working.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How does someone stay so relevant, so bankable, across decades through politics and back again? What's the key to that sustained connection?
It points to something deeper than just stardom, I think. It's a cultural significance. He's built this incredible loyalty over, 4 decades?
Easily.
He's adapted, sure, but the core appeal, that energy, the presence, the connection, it seems timeless. He represents something enduring for many people.
And that transcends generations.
It seems to. People who saw his early films are now watching his new ones, maybe with their own kids. There's a continuity there, a legacy that keeps refreshing itself.
Beyond the screen, he's also received some major recognition, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Prestigious honors. In 2006, he was awarded the Padma Bhushan.
India's third highest civilian award. That's huge.
It's a massive recognition from the nation itself, acknowledging his impact beyond just entertainment.
And within the film industry,
Oh,
awards.
plenty. Multiple Filmfare Awards South, Nandi Awards from the Andhra Pradesh government for Best Actor, consistent critical acclaim to go with the box office domination.
And financially, he was one of the biggest earners.
Definitely. During his peak years, he was consistently ranked among the highest paid actors in India. His influence was immense, both culturally and economically within the industry.
Let's touch briefly on his personal life. He's married to Surekha.
Yes, Sarika Konidela. And interestingly, she's the daughter of Alu Ramalingaya, a legendary Telugu comedian and character actor.
So another strong connection to the film world right there in his family.
Indeed, it's a real film dynasty. They have 3 children, 2 daughters, Sushmita and Srija, and of course their son Ramcharan.
Who, as we mentioned, is a major star now himself.
Following right in his father's footsteps, it adds another layer to Chiranjeevi's enduring legacy within Telugu cinema.
So if we try to sum it all up, his overall legacy, what does Chiranjeevi truly represent for Indian cinema, especially Telugu cinema?
Look, he's undoubtedly one of the absolute giants, considered one of the greatest actors in Telugu film history, period.
With a massive fan base.
Huge and loyal, extending way beyond Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, across India and even internationally. He's often credited with, well, revolutionizing commercial Telugu cinema.
How so?
By blending that high-energy mass entertainment, the incredible dancing, the action with often strong characters and sometimes even social commentary. He elevated the masala film, you could say.
Making it entertaining, but maybe with a bit more substance sometimes.
Exactly. And you just can't talk about him without mentioning the dancing. He set a whole new standard. He's considered one of the best dancers Indian cinema has ever produced.
So his impact is fundamental then. He changed the game.
He really did. Influenced countless actors and filmmakers who came after him. He reshaped the landscape.
So let's recap this amazing story. You start with Konadela Siva Sankarava Prasad, son of a constable.
Humble beginnings.
Becomes Chiranjeevi, the immortal, the megastar, defines an era of cinema.
Dominates it.
Then makes this audacious leap into national politics, serves as a minister.
A completely different world.
Only to return to cinema nearly a decade later, and incredibly, reclaim that icon status. Still going strong.
It's a narrative of constant reinvention, really.
It absolutely is. And his journey, it's more than just one man's life story.
Definitely. It really speaks volumes about versatility, about dedication, and maybe about that sheer force of will needed to reinvent yourself so successfully, especially in the public eye, across such different demanding fields.
It really is a blueprint for staying relevant, for making a lasting impact.
Yeah.
So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. What does it actually take for someone in the public sphere to not just change lanes, but to truly thrive and stay so influential across completely different arenas like film and politics for over 40 years?
It's a fascinating question.
What lessons about impact, about, well, achieving a kind of immortality in public life do we take from the megastar who truly lived up to his name? Chiranjeevi the Immortal.